From Grayson County High School, it is the opening game of 12th District play for the Grayson County Lady Cougars as they take on the defending district champions, the Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity. And a good evening here and welcome to Grayson County High School for tonight's coverage of Grayson County Volleyball for the first time here on the young season. Sam Gormley here with you on the call. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in to tonight's broadcast. We're a little bit late today, later than we had expected, as the freshman and JV games both went to the full 3 sets. And the Lady Cougars of Grayson County won both of those matches very close in all of them. And now it is the varsity matchup against the defending district champs in Whitesville Trinity last year, the region runner-up. Really talented team, and it'll be a good early test for the Lady Cougars of Grayson County. Coming up on our pregame show, we'll introduce you to both of these volleyball teams and get you ready for the matchup between the Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity with that record of 6-2 and the Lady Cougars of Grayson County with a record of 2-5. We'll take a break, come back with more as this is Grayson County Volleyball on K105.
How do you define success? Is it in the mastery of skills, in teamwork, in responsibility and self-discipline? Is it found through communication or through problem solving, innovation? Is it in the inches of small victories that lead down miles of self-discovery to a destination where potential and purpose meet? Prepared and confident, Grayson County Schools. Success is what you make it.
When I found out my son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-8338-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Welcome back to Grayson County High School, where we are just a couple of minutes away from the 12th District volleyball matchup here between the Grayson County Lady Cougars and the Whitesville Trinity Lady Raiders. As Grayson County enters the record of 2-5, and Whitesville Trinity enters with a record of 6-2. For the Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity, the players that you'll need to know, it starts with Hannah Nash, the senior middle back. An unbelievable player for Whitesville Trinity. 73 kills, 5 blocks, 29 digs, 10 aces already on the season. Then the outside hitter, Georgia Howard, another senior, 44 kills, a block, 2 assists, 26 digs, 18 aces as well. Addison Mills, the junior, has 39 kills to help pace Whitesville Trinity as well with that 6-2 record, coached by Daniel Morris, assisted by Sharon Payne. Both of these teams played in the Apollo Summer Slam over the weekend. Whitesville Trinity, they picked up wins against Madisonville, South Warren, Apollo, and Allen County, Scottsville, and dropped matches to Boyd County and South Oldham. For Grayson County, they entered the record of 2-5. They also competed in that aforementioned Apollo Summer Slam. They picked up wins against Paducah, Tillman, and Owensboro, and lost to Central Hardin, Davis County, Allen County, Scottsville, and North Hardin. But a bunch of those matches were tight, and it's tough to read into some of those tournaments like that because, I mean, you're looking and just talk about 6 games across a 24-hour period. That's tiring. It doesn't matter if you're 16 years old or not. That takes a lot out of you. So it can be a little misleading sometimes as to how challenging and how teams might perform with that. As Grayson County has their leading players that you'll need to know. Callie Lindsay, 52 digs, 7 aces. Riley Penner, the outside hitter, 31 kills, 6 blocks, 50 digs, and 6 aces as well. Hannah Penner has 16 kills, 11 digs, and 17 aces. Layla Eskew, the sophomore, 22 kills to help pace the Grayson County Lady Cougars. We're getting close to getting underway here in the 12th District opener for Grayson County. Whitesville Trinity is 1-0 in 12th District play. In fact, they played a district game last night against the Lady Cats of Edmonson County in Whitesville, picked up a 3-0 straight set victory. We'll take a break. Grayson County and Whitesville Trinity comes up next here on K105.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected?
Here we go!
Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
The governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors this storm. Move the following counties their fortune sequence.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. They're announcing the starting lineups here for both of these teams. As they just announced the Whitesville Trinity lineup, and Grayson County's lineup is coming up next here. As we'll announce them as Alan Dotson does, your public address announcer here at Grayson County High School. As he names them, we'll name them. Starts with Hannah Penner, the junior. 16 kills, 11 digs, and 17 aces. Mary Ellen Bratcher has 9 kills, 7 blocks, and 4 digs as the junior. Abigail Ray, the junior, 9 kills, 10 assists, 7 digs, 1 ace. Riley Penner is the senior, 31 kills, 6 blocks, 50 digs, and 6 aces. Layla Eskew is the sophomore outside hitter, 22 kills and 5 blocks. And Avery Decker is the junior setter, 5 kills, 51 assists, 21 digs, 2 aces. And Callie Lindsay is the sophomore libero, 52 digs and 7 aces. Assistant coaches for Grayson County is Brooklyn Glasscock and Alexis Hart. And the head coach for Grayson County is Kelly Harris. It's about time for volleyball here in Litchfield, the 12th district opener for Grayson County. It is matchup number 2 of the district season for Whitesville Trinity. Whitesville Trinity in the black jerseys to your left. Grayson County in the gray jerseys to your right. That's how they'll be on your screen. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in to tonight's broadcast. Make sure that you remember to subscribe to the K105 YouTube channel if you're watching there. Hit that red subscribe button. You'll be notified. Doesn't matter if you're a Grayson County fan or a Whitesville Trinity fan. Obviously, whenever the Raiders come to town, it's almost always that we're broadcasting that matchup, whether it is volleyball, basketball, it is whatever it might be, we are broadcasting it. As it's time for volleyball in Litchfield, as the officials are counting everyone out here at the last second. We're about ready to roll. Grayson County appears to be the team that will get to serve first here in this matchup between 12th District foes. They're going to roll it back, and the first one will be taken by Penner for Grayson County. It'll be Hannah Penner to let it fly. We're underway here in the 12th District matchup, and an ace to start off for Hannah Penner. Ace number 18 of the year for the junior outside hitter, and that's how Grayson County gets started here in this matchup. Penner to let it fly one more time and just gets it over the net. Back-to-back aces to start for Hannah Penner. The celebration continues as well because of it. Great start for Grayson County in the matchup. After back-to-back aces to start over on the right side, we're not going to have an ace this time. Instead, it'll be a play set up for the Lady Cougars as Lindsay digs it out. And an attack coming on the far side for Whitesville Trinity. Up into the air down the near side, Riley Penner sends it off. It's blocked partially at the net by Addison Mills. And we have one that'll find the bottom of the floor for the Lady Raiders. They get their first points of the match, and it's 2-1. Penner will check out. Coming in will be Carla Childress. Childress is the junior. 26 digs on the young season. She has that knee brace. She hurt her knee in a basketball game back, I guess it was year before last. And if my memory's right, it was at McLean County High School in a game late in the 2021-22 basketball season. She's been recovering from that and getting back to full health. Out too much on it there for the Lady Raiders. And 3-1, Grayson County has the early advantage against Whitesville Trinity, and it'll be the libero, Callie Lindsay, the sophomore, to let it fly. 7 aces on the year. This was dug out by her counterpart, Carolyn Hall, and there's a point for Whitesville Trinity. I do believe that one did come off the hand of Hannah Nash, the senior. 73 kills on the year. She is as good as you're going to find in this. You know, she's the best player in the district, and I think a strong argument could be made that she's the best player in the entire region. A really talented player. We're going to have an ace for the Lady Raiders. That'll come off the hand of Kenzie McDowell, ace number 21 on the year for the junior. That leads the team. McDowell had a really good basketball season last year for the Lady Raiders. One of those players that I know that, you know, us being the Grayson County broadcast team, there are names that we remember, and she was one that really came on strong during some of the games. Nash gets it over for the Lady Raiders. Sent back by Decker. Far side, Nash finds the bottom of the floor for a point. Just a little wide to the right, and the Lady Raiders have themselves their first advantage. Got to give a shout out there. Looks like Jake Bratcher goes and grabs it. That's your backup quarterback for the Cougar football team. He's got a pom-pom in one hand, and he made sure that he went and grabbed the volleyball with his other hand. True backup quarterback. You never know when you might be needed. Decker over for Grayson County. Sets it up, and Nash kills it on the far side of the floor. Hannah Nash is very, very good. To serve. SQ over. Far side Nash again. How about 3 straight for Hannah Nash? Kelly Harris walking over to the officials. She'll take a timeout. We'll take it with her. Whitesville Trinity on a roll here. They lead 6-3. This is Grayson County Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105. Lady Cougars had a great start in this matchup as they led early 3-1. Since that point, the Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity have scored 5 straight, as it was a couple of aces to open up off the hand of Hannah Penner to start off with. Since that point, the veteran Lady Raider team has settled in. Daniel Morris, the head coach, looks on as the serve comes from McDowell, who's on the run. Childress feeds it up to Decker. Decker goes back a little too much. It's good communication by the Lady Raider bench. Make sure that they did say that it went just a little bit too much, sent back over by Avery Decker. SQ sends it off. Down here to the near side. Picked up. Feeding SQ. Nash into the middle. McDowell sends it off, and it is in. Just hits the line. And it was. It's one thing that we do have a very good vantage point here from our typical perch for basketball games. And the line in and out here at Grayson County High School is, you know, tan against tan, really. But that was definitely the right call. McDowell off into the middle, and another point for the Lady Raiders. They're on a roll right now. Addison Mills found the floor. (9-3). It's 8 straight served by McDowell. Number 20, Taylor Gaskin, comes in for Grayson County. And an ace for McDowell. Kelly Harris steps up to the line, coaching on her team. McDowell, too much. Service error ends the run at 9 straight for the Lady Raiders, but gotta see what you can't do here for Grayson. Alyssa Finley comes in for Grayson County, as will Chloe Tunnicliffe, or Callie rather. Near side off balance attempt, and Addison Mills was off balance on her hit down on the near side, and that's just not going to work. That'll be 2 straight here by Grayson County. Another attempt coming for Tunnicliffe. In the middle, Nash, dug out by Grayson County. Childress back over. This gives the Lady Raiders an opportunity to set it up, and Nash puts it in. Bounces off the ground and ends up bouncing into the face of Carla Childress. Luckily, she appears to be okay. We touched on it in the open. Hannah Nash can flat out smack the ball. And I'm not sure that, like exit velocity in baseball is a big thing that is measured. I'm not sure if that's something that's measured at the upper levels of volleyball, but Hannah Nash would have to be in the upper echelon in high school action. Childress sends it back. Down here to the near side, dug out by Tunnicliffe, but miscommunication. Layla Eskew couldn't get back in time, and it's 12-5 Lady Raiders. Serve coming from Caroline Hall. And is it in? It is. Tunnicliffe pulled back. And the ace for Hall is their first of the season. Or actually, no, it's rather number 12, if I could read my own handwriting. Here's another one. Make it 13 consecutive aces, and Lady Raiders are having quite a few in this opening set. They lead 14-5. Off into the air, feeding it up to Eskew, who finds the bottom of the floor. Layla Eskew, kill number 23 on the year for the sophomore. Hannah Penner comes back in, as will Mary Ellen Bratcher. Riley Penner will serve. And a little too much on the service error. Got both Penners out there in the back for Grayson at the current moment. Eskew, dug out by Hall. And outs point Grayson. Inslee Schartzer comes in for the Lady Cougars for her first. Looks like she's immediately going to come in and take a serve. Schartzer, the lefty. Tries to dig it out, gets a hand on it. Going and chasing after it was Riley Penner, but she runs out of real estate on that far side. It's 16-7, Lady Raiders on top. Grayson led 3-1 in this set after starting off great. And a service error, too much on it from Emily McDaniel, the junior outside hitter. Sarah Payne comes in. Payne, really good softball player for the Lady Raiders. Avery Decker and Abigail Ray will come in for Grayson County. Now I see Abby Ray's dad sitting on the opposite side, Trevor. He's always here cheering on Grayson County. Serve sent over by Avery Decker. Comes down. Schartzer tried to go down to the knee to dig it out. Couldn't quite get enough underneath of it. Ella Reed to serve for Whitesville Trinity. Sent back into the middle. Penner gets it over. Off to the far side, dug out by Schartzer. Decker sets it up to Hannah Penner, blocked the net, sent back over by Riley Penner though. Far side McDowell, dug out by Decker. Back off at the net, tried to been blocked by Hannah Penner. It's straight up into the air, blocked back. Bratcher got a hand on it. Blocked again. Point, Ray and Bratcher combined to block it back in. It's maybe the best point of the game for Grayson County. No, they're going to say point Raiders. I guess there might have been contact with the net made, and it'll be service error. So there must have been contact with the net made on that play. I didn't see the official call from the officials. I thought Grayson County had gotten it. But that's something that you see when those close plays happen at the net, where both teams are pretty much just blocking back and forth. Schartzer gets it off. It hits off the backboard of the basketball goal, and Grayson County recovers and gets the point. The goal is in play. And we've seen it happen here where it bounces off the rafters and does something wonky. That time it wasn't quite as wonky as we've seen it in the past, but it was a little weird, and Grayson County still was able to not let it affect them. Out point Raiders. Carla Childress comes in, Hannah Penner comes out. To serve is Georgia Howard. Riley Penner. Bratcher sends it back. Nash, right on cue, Hannah Nash. Nash can flat out smack it. I'm just glad that I'm not the one down there having to try and dig it out. 20-10. Avery Decker to Riley Penner. McDowell sets it up, and just getting enough of it and over was Mills. But now they're going to give Nash a chance. She doesn't do the smack, instead does a little touch. And it works to perfection. 21-10, Lady Raiders inching towards a potential opening set victory. Schartzer gets it out. Penner, great dig by the Lady Raiders, and it hits off the pole and out. It's a great dig by Whitesville Trinity to keep it alive. 21-11. Layla Eskew back in for Grayson County. And to serve will be Callie Lindsay. Mr. Spirit looking on. And it's out just a little too long. In fact, Mr. Spirit, he had been wearing a baseball hat, and he has now switched into the cowboy hat, into his traditional foam cowboy hat. So I know when I've talked to him before, I don't remember if he was wearing the foam cowboy hat at the beginning of this match, and he very well could have. But I know that he has been known to switch hats, kill Grayson County, 21-13. He's been known to switch hats in the middle of a game if he thinks things aren't going well, to try and get some different mojo going. Lindsay to serve. Received by Hall. To Nash. Didn't get enough of it. Lady Raiders are able to keep it alive, and there it is, point Grayson. Not the greatest return for Whitesville Trinity. Daniel Morris goes down to his knees and watches. Service error by Lindsay. 22-14. McDowell, as checking out was Sarah Payne. Just enough, dug out, and Penner tried to punch it over. Kind of went off the side of her hand. She wasn't able to get the point. We inch closer towards set point. Childress digs it out. Lindsay sets it off. Penner back over. Received by Hall. Far side Nash. Lindsay there. To Decker. Off to Penner. Nice dig on the inside by Georgia Howard. Miscommunication. Point. Whitesville Trinity. We have set point for the Lady Raiders. They lead 24-14 here in this opening set. It's taken by McDowell. Feeding it up to Eskew. Down here to the near side, off the side of the hand of Emily McDaniel. It's an error. Point Grayson. Alyssa Finley and Tunnicliffe come in for Grayson County. Ray and Decker are out. Far side in and set for the Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity. They take our opening set. It is 25-15. We'll take a break. Set number 2 comes up after this, as this is Grayson County Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors, helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Welcome back to Grayson County High School. It is the second set of play. Whitesville Trinity took the first one 25-15. Sam Gormley with you here tonight. We have a couple of quiet moments too. We want to invite you to join us on Friday evening as the Cougar football team will take on Marshall County. It'll be homecoming. Be the second all-time matchup between the Cougars and the Marshalls. First one was back in 2004. Wherein the Marshalls picked up the win against Grayson County 24-7. As that game right now, as of this second, is scheduled for 7 o'clock. Now, due to heat, it could potentially be pushed back. It'll be something that, just follow us on our channels, and we will let you know in the case that it does get pushed back until 7:30, 8, or something along the lines. Then, or maybe they'll just let it ride at 7. First serve, Georgia Howard. And it's out point for the Raiders. They take the early 1-0 advantage here in set number 2. But you can watch that game wherever you're watching. You'll be able to watch that football game. Or if you're local, you can come out and cheer on the Cougar football team in person. I know that I don't want to speak for the football players, but they will very much appreciate a huge crowd to celebrate homecoming. As there's a kill on the far side by Hannah Nash. And even I heard that, if there's such a big crowd, our director for tonight's broadcast, Jaden Kinney, is guaranteeing a couple of touchdowns from him. If it's a big enough crowd, he says when the lights get brightest, that's when he shows up. 2-0 here in this second set. Raiders lead the match overall. And Hannah Nash dug out, though, on the floor. We have a new, as Allison Masden is now the libero in the game for Grayson County. As Masden, the senior, it's her second dig of the year. Masden played that position a lot last season. Nash on that far side, blocked to the net, but can't find the floor. Bratcher and Ray teamed up. Serve for Whitesville Trinity, Georgia Howard. They have the 4-0 early advantage. You can make it 5 as Howard gets the ace. Kelly Harris coaching up her team on the near sideline. Penner to Decker, into the middle. Bratcher sent it right into the face of Sarah Payne. Masden feeds it up to Hannah Penner. There's the kill for Hannah Penner down on the near side. Went right at Georgia Howard, and there was nothing Howard could do. 5-1. Lady Raiders advantage here in this set. Nash answers with a kill on the far side. I would not want to be the one trying to dig out a kill from Hannah Nash. And an ace for the Lady Raiders as Riley Penner tried to get her hands underneath of it. Couldn't quite get there. Kenzie McDowell, another serve. Masden up into the air. Childress goes after. Penner. Good job by Grayson to get something out of nothing. Off. Childress gets it up. Nice play by Carla Childress. A couple of them in a row. Bratcher can't get it back over the net. And it'll be point Lady Raiders. Childress to Decker. Feeds Penner, blocked to the net though. The combination of McDaniel and Mills. For McDaniel and Mills, Mills had 6 blocks, McDaniel had 2 entering tonight's match. We'll be able to add to that total. Ray over the far side, Nash. Feeds it off to Decker, to Penner. Just got the net, as you can see that net bouncing up into the air. Blocked by Penner at the net. Kept alive, but going underneath of the net is McDowell. Daniel Morris, the head coach for the Raiders, didn't seem to agree with the call. Masden fires down here to the near side, blocked out of bounds. Point Grayson County. Riley Penner starting to heat up here in the second set, and Lady Cougars need it in the worst kind of way. Into the middle, Masden. Feeds it off, Eskew, the swing of the right hand. Nash, another chance, blocked to Eskew and Ray, combined for that. Ray with the right hand just gets enough, and looks like maybe some contact with the net was made by Ray. You can tell just looking at her, she knew it. To serve is Addison Mills. Penner with the pink shoes. Blocked Penner right back. Teams up with Eskew that time. Decker to Layla Eskew. Received by Mills. Far side Nash, blocked by Eskew. Point Grayson County. Layla Eskew. Great sequence for the sophomore. Mr. Spirit loves it down at the bottom of your screen. And right on cue, right when I say it, he moves out of the screen. Nash blocked by Grayson. The blocks have now been a lot better. Penner and Eskew, they've started to time up Hannah Nash. Nash will serve this time. And she serves it into the net. Grayson on a little run here, starting to chip away at the lead. Carla Childress will come out. Hannah Penner will come in for her. Riley Penner to let it fly. Over just hits the top of the net on the way down, and Emily McDaniel gets the lucky bounce to get the point. And the ball rolls all the way over to the corner. Riley Penner has to go chasing after. I know that the Lady Cougars soccer team, they are playing against McLean County right now. As we'll try to see if we can't bring a score update or two from that throughout the evening. Far side, partially blocked. Masden keeps it alive. To Penner in the middle. Blocked by Eskew. Masden diving after, but couldn't keep it up in the air long enough. Point Lady Raiders. Layla Eskew's playing really well here for these last couple of minutes. Feed it, and there is into the net. Alyssa Finley goes. Just getting over. To the far side, it blocks in, and there's a point for the Lady Raiders. Just when Grayson County looked to be potentially getting some of the momentum. 4 straight off the hands of the Raiders. Abby Ray back in. Tunnicliffe comes out for Grayson. Emily McDaniel to serve. Ray receives. Nice dig out by Caroline Hall. Down to Penner. Up into the air, over top of the basketball goal. Lady Raiders going to be able to keep it alive. Will they? They will not. An attempt by McDowell. Ansley Schartzer enters to serve. The lefty. Received by Nash. Setting it up to the near side of the floor to Ella Reed. Hannah Penner tried to do the quick send over. Lady Raiders were not fooled at all. (16-6). And an error on the serve by Finley. 17-6 here in set number 2. Back in is number 20 for Grayson County, Taylor Gaskin. Service there, too much from the libero, Hall. Avery Decker and Allison Masden re-enter. And Avery Decker will take the serve. Of course, Avery is the daughter of Shane Decker, who's one of the assistant principals here at the high school, along with, he's an assistant football coach. And Avery Decker, right on cue, is going to get the ace for Grayson. Her third ace of the year. And Decker, her older brother, Kaylor, former Cougar football quarterback and my usual partner for Friday Night Football as the color analyst on Grayson County Cougar football on K105. Does a good job. Back over by Bratcher. McDowell, far side, dug out and received by Masden. Decker keeps it up in the air long enough. Hall. Penner trying to go quick over was where the Lady Raiders. McDowell did. Off and into the face and a point for Bratcher. Mr. Spirit loves it. I love the Mr. Spirit little dance that he's got. We've got to make sure that we'll have to pick that up. When it's a big play, he's got like with his foam finger on, he's ready. And point for the Lady Raiders. 18-9 here in this second set. Raiders lead overall in the match 1-0. Howard. Received by Ray. Back over by Bratcher. On the backside, Payne. Nash, too much. That's where the strength of Nash can sometimes be a bad thing. And that ball was still smoking off the hand. Point attempted at a block by Bratcher. Carla Childress re-enters for Grayson. Emily McDaniel back in for the Lady Raiders. Penner just quickly did that with a left hand. Masden goes diving after. Ray. Off to Nash. Looks like Bratcher might have been the one to get a hand on it. Blocked the net. Did that go under? It might have gone under, and they're going to keep on playing. Into the middle. Childress. Off to Penner. Long rally here. Nash tries to end it. She will not. Ooh! They're going to say it was in. I don't think it was. I do not believe it was, but it'll be a point for Whitesville Trinity. But like I always say, there's a reason that we're sitting up here, is that one was clearly out. Point Raiders. Reason I'm sitting here and not down there officiating. McDowell to serve. And not enough on it. Service error, point Grayson. Ansley Schartzer and Gracie Eskew back in. Allison Masden. Layla Eskew to serve or in as well for Grayson County. Masden over, and it's wide to the left and going out of bounds. (22-11). Decker up to Eskew. Dug out. Point for Eskew. Alyssa Finley in. Avery Decker checks out. Error on the serve by Abigail Ray. Hannah Nash to serve for Whitesville Trinity. The senior lets it fly, and it's a service error. If there is a weakness in her game, it is serving. She's got a couple of errors in the match. And that's your worst thing, then you're doing pretty good, because when she gets a hold of one on the outside, good luck trying to catch up to it. Nash receives the serve from Grayson. Ray goes diving after. She can't get it. It finds the floor. And that is set point for the Lady Raiders here in set number 2. Trying to close it off is Emily McDaniel. Ray into the air over to the far side, Finley. Back off, and looks like some contact with the net made by the Lady Raiders. Point Grayson. They'll keep this set for a set point number 2. Schartzer and Bratcher back in. Layla Eskew and Allison Masden out for the orange and blue. Ainsley Schartzer to serve for Grayson County. And that'll do it. Point on the far side. Georgia Howard puts it in. 25-14 is how our second set goes. We head to the final set of action here, or potentially maybe more, hopefully, if you're a Grayson County fan, as it's 25-14 Raiders on top. This is Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looks scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
I'm not here to fire you up. If you're not already fired up, you shouldn't be in this room. If this victory isn't worth all you have to give, then leave. But now, right now is your chance to be a part of a victory the world will remember forever. Victory over cancer. This victory isn't just happening. It isn't inevitable.
What does hope mean?
Now is our time, your time. You may save someone you love.
Time is very precious.
Today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. A victory that is there for the taking. Grab it. How was that?
Now that was a great halftime speech. Let's go win.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
How do you define success? Is it in the mastery of skills, in teamwork, in responsibility and self-discipline? Is it found through communication or through problem solving, innovation? Is it in the inches of small victories that lead down miles of self-discovery to a destination where potential and purpose meet? Prepared and confident, Grayson County Schools. Success is what you make it.
Set number 3 from Grayson County High School. The Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity lead in the matchup 2-0. K105 Digital Productions crew of today's match. Mr. Jaden Kinney is your director extraordinaire, and your camera operator is the one Trey Cook. Block of the net. Grayson takes the early 1-0 advantage here in this third set. And for Grayson, I think you just need to get a good run going here. I mean, you've got plenty of matchups here this season, and there's an ace there for Grayson. It'll end up turning out to be off the hands of Hannah Penner. This is exactly like a deja vu of how the game started. She had a couple of aces to open up that matchup. But for Grayson, you look, they will play their next game. They don't play again until Monday. They host Edmonson County. And we'll be here for that. And that, is a matchup that Grayson County, for one, should have circled, because the Lady Cats ended their season last season in the district tournament here in Litchfield. I mean, that, and also it's Grayson County, Edmonson County. What else really needs to be said? I mean, the two teams just played some football on Friday in the Tobacco Bowl. Grayson County picked up the 14-7 victory in that one as Penner gets the kill on the near side. But also be sure that you come out and support this team. If weeknights are tough for you, they play on September the 9th a couple of games. That is a Saturday, so they'll play at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. So you have a couple of those Saturday day games if you want to come out and support these girls for Grayson County. I mean, same thing if you're a Whitesville fan watching with us today. Be sure you support that team as well. They're really fun. Blocked the net, kept alive though. But go out and support that team, and I know the community there in Whitesville does a really good job in supporting their local teams. Penner couldn't get enough on it as they will travel, or rather they'll host Muhlenberg County and then travel to Owensboro Catholic coming up over here over these next couple of days. As that'll be on Thursday, they'll host Muhlenberg and then travel to Owensboro Catholic over the weekend. Out of bounds, point. In fact, I'm looking here, and according to their official schedule, okay, I'm reading this wrong. I was a little confused as to my schedule. I thought read that they were playing at 11 a.m. on Thursday against Muhlenberg County. No, that's 11 a.m. on Saturday against Owensboro Catholic. Makes a little bit more sense. Blocked the net. Eskew gets her hands up there along with Ray. Layla Eskew's playing really well. Ray serves in the middle. They're going to set it up to Nash. Diving after was Ray. Couldn't catch up to the hefty serve. Addison Mills, the junior, to let it fly for Whitesville Trinity. And an ace for Mills. Grayson started off this set really well. Up and in. There's Grayson to tie it up here in this third set. Mr. Spirit has sat down too. He's probably trying to conserve his energy. Be ready for the closing swings in this match. I'm just glad to see that Mr. Spirit is inside here today and not out at the soccer game, as it is smoking hot. Layla Eskew with the block and the point. Her family sitting down to our right, they love it. Off and out, point Grayson. They have a 7-5 lead. 3 straight off the arm of Penner. Nash off the reach of Ray for Grayson County. It'll be Nash to serve. Hadn't been the greatest day serving for Hannah Nash. She is able to get this over. Received by Penner. Off to Eskew. Bops it right over. Ray, and we have an injury as a Lady Raider is down on the play. And that is not what you want to see, as looks like it's Kenzie McDowell who is injured for Whitesville Trinity down on the, or no, it is Ella Reed rather, down on the floor for the Lady Raiders, and she is going to come to her feet. Daniel Morris is going to help her off. She's going to walk off on her own power. Appears to be hopefully okay. And she's now, looks like going to go around the corner, and immediately looks like an ice pack being taken. I know Grayson County trainer Scott is, I don't believe he's at his table. I believe he is probably at soccer right now over on the other side of campus. And I know Scott is usually listening to the game that he's not at. And a little too much out, point Grayson. So if you hear in the broadcast some tires squealing, it's probably Scott pulling in here to check on the Lady Raider player, Ella Reed. Hopefully she is okay. Served by Ansley Schartzer for Grayson County. They have the 8-6 advantage. And to the bottom of the floor, point. Served by Emily McDaniel. Received by Schartzer. Blocked to the net. Hannah Penner couldn't get it over. Avery Decker trots over, as will Allison Mansden, to re-enter the game for the Orange and Blue. Far side. Decker off to Ray. Down to the near side. Penner, but kept over by Abigail Ray. Off and finding the floor on that far side. Raiders storming back in the set. It is 9-8. Caroline Hall. Decker to Ray. Decker. Oh, that far side and keeping it alive, but not enough. Ray thought she had someone a little closer when she realized that she tried to go after it herself. Ran out of real estate. And it's tied up at 9 here in this set. A couple Lady Cougars run into one another, Mansden and Penner. Bratcher sends over and point Grayson. Kelly Harris is asking, what was that little hit? And she just laughs. Probably saying, Coach, it worked. Penner finds the floor. Riley Penner. Momentum starting to shift in favor here of Grayson County. Point, though, right as the answer comes. Carla Childress re-enters for the Lady Cougars of Grayson. Coming out is Hannah Penner. Decker feeds it off to Ray. Childress up to Decker, down here to Penner. Setting up Hannah Nash. And it was tipped to the net, point Whitesville Trinity. Mansden receives. Decker to Ray. Ray puts it on, and diving after, but not able to get there is Caroline Hall. Competitive third set. Schartzer and Eskew back in, or Schartzer back out rather, as Eskew will come in. Allison Mansden to serve for the orange and blue of Grayson. We're in the white libero jersey. Into the middle, Childress feeds it off to Penner, dug out by Payne. Setting up Nash, blocked by Eskew and Ray. We've said that a couple of times tonight. Now Eskew tries to finish it off, can't do it. Giving Nash another chance, blocked again by Grayson, kept alive though. Great rally, Eskew tries to finish it off, and it's still up in the air. Off to Nash, his third time the charm it is. Give Hannah Nash enough chances. She's going to find the bottom of the floor, and that's exactly what she did there. Layla Eskew gets it over. Off to Nash, partially tipped. Back over too much, Riley Penner. And the Lady Raiders have the lead here in this set, 13-12. They've already won the first two, trying to close the match out. McDowell to serve. The whistle blown, and here it comes. And it's an ace for Kenzie McDowell. She had a couple of them tonight. Dug out by Mansden. Comes up to Eskew off the side of her hand. Ends up hitting off the net. Kelly Harris wants a timeout. We'll take it with him. Whitesville Trinity is taking control in this third set. It is 15-12. This is Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
Welcome back to Grayson County High School. 15-12 is the lead for the Lady Raiders. They're going to try and close this out in straight sets, unless the Lady Cougars can have something to do with it. We'll see if there aren't any other scores to bring you. Obviously, with this being a Tuesday, not a lot to bring you, but we'll see if we can't find anything as we do a quick scroll through. In fact, I'm looking now, one of the only scores to bring you is this game, as I'm looking through. Big soccer game going on. Central Hardin and Thomas Nelson. I just saw 4-4. High scoring matchup there. Ray has it. Eskew back over. McDowell gets it off to Nash in the air. Childress. Decker back up. Penner's able to get it. To Nash. Nash dug out by Masden. Coming down to Penner. Fires it off, hits off the backboard, ends up helping the Lady Raiders. Eskew. Off to Nash. Does the quick little... Finds the floor. Nash is one heck of a player. McDowell to serve. Lady Raiders inching closer to a straight set victory. Dug out by Childress. Ray goes out chasing after, runs out of space. It is a 5-point lead here for the Lady Raiders. Masden. Decker. Eskew. Error on the hit. (18-12) Lady Raiders in control, and it is in. If it was in by just barely. Up 7 now in the set. Childress off to Decker, feeds it off to Eskew. Too much out. Grayson County lives to find another play here. Alyssa Finley back in for Grayson County. Masden off to Ray, and an error. You could tell it. She's showing it in her face right now. She knew it right away. It's one of those that, like, you look down at your hands sometimes, and it's like a football player who sometimes has one thrown right to him and just drops it. You just look at your hands sometimes and say, you know, what happened? Nash gets it. Good to see Ella Reed comes back in after leaving with an injury earlier. Appears she is okay. Wondering if she just rolled an ankle or something on the inside. Dug out by Masden, sent back over. Feeding to the near side, Masden sticks her right hand out to grab it. Penner punches with the left hand. Received by Masden. At the net, falls on Grayson County's side. 22-13. Serve Raiders. And the serve is an error. 22-14. Grayson County gets a chance to try and answer. Carla Childress comes back in. It'll be Riley Penner to serve. Comes off, kill Grayson. Can they keep themselves in the contest? 22-15, Riley Penner to let it fly. Nash puts it down. 2 points away are the Lady Raiders from a straight set victory, back-to-back nights in district play. Hannah Nash will serve. Received by Penner. Ray sets it up to Hannah Penner, who does get it over, crashes into the foam along the pole. Hall to Ray, back up here to Eskew. Far side with a punch, Masden has it, chasing after his Penner, puts her hand on it, can't get there enough, and that is match point here for the Raiders. (24-15). Hannah Nash tries to close out the straight set victory for the Lady Raiders. Hannah Penner tries to answer. Contact with a net made, and that is it. Lady Raiders win the match by a final score of, well, no, it's point Grayson County. One more point, at least, saying that the Lady Raiders had someone come underneath. In fact, we do have a final score in soccer. Lady Cougar soccer team defeats McLean County tonight 9-0. Big win for the Lady Cougars. Comes up, off into the air, point Grayson County. Trying to stay alive. Serve by Schartzer. Received by Nash. Chasing after is Finley. Back over by Bratcher. Trying to fend it off. Schartzer up into the air and long rally coming. Penner back over with multiple hands. Down here to Penner. Dug out by Nash. Goes all the way up near the rafters. Still alive. What a rally here. McDowell. Up. Received by Schartzer. Feeding Penner with two hands. Diving after is McDowell. Coming up is McDowell. Kept up in the air by Ray. Schartzer feeds it to Penner. Hall. Well, this keeps going. And that'll do it. Lady Raiders pick up the win, 25-17 in the final set. They win the match, 3-0 overall. Come back, wrap it up after this. Whitesville Trinity wins 3-0. This is Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
My son was addicted to opiates, I didn't know where to turn. Now I know there's help, and you can call, whether you're a family member, a sibling, or the person with the addiction. And the number is 1-8338-KY-HELP. Call for the resources. They're going to help you with compassion and care and the knowledge of what's available to get you the help you need. Welcome back to Grayson County High School, where it is a final score. Whitesville Trinity wins 3-0. We do want to make sure, though, that we give a shout-out to Whitesville Trinity fan Zachary McDowell. He is serving in the military, watching tonight's broadcast. He's at Fort Bragg right now. I know a Lady Raider parent just came over and said that he's watching, cheering everyone on. I want to thank you for your service, Zach, and hopefully you get to come home soon and be able to see
your sister Kenzie play in person. I'm assuming that if your last name is McDowell, she said cheering on his sister, so I'm assuming that Kenzie is your sister, so hopefully you get to come home soon and cheer her on. Thank you for your service as well. Lady Cougars fall tonight 3-0 though against Whitesville Trinity. They are now 2-6 on the season, 0-1 in 12th district play. Their next matchup will be at home here against Edmonson County. 7 o'clock will be the start time of that game, so we'll have the coverage via K105 Digital Productions then. But before then, I want to invite you to join us on Friday as the Cougar football team takes on Marshall County here at Cougar Stadium. It's the first home game of the season, homecoming. Right now, the game is scheduled to kick off at 7 o'clock. That could be pushed back, though, due to, if you haven't been outside this week, it's a little hot. It's a little hot outside, so that could potentially change things. And just keep locked into our social media channels. Also, you can listen to In the Know in the mornings. We'll be sure to let you know about that. That'll wrap up our coverage tonight. Want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work. Your camera operator was Trey Cook, and your director was Jaden Kinney, and Eli Smith was here as well for at least a few moments. So for them, on a night where Grayson County falls 3-0 to Whitesville Trinity, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.